We are taught that wealth is measured by accumulation, the size of the house, the number of zeros in the bank account, the collection of luxury goods. This pursuit of quantitative wealth, more, bigger, faster, is an exhaustive treadmill. It traps us in a cycle where every gain requires more effort, more maintenance, and more stress, ironically making us feel poorer in spirit. But what if true wealth wasn't about what you owned, but about what you had the freedom to ignore? Japanese minimalism offers a radical redefinition of wealth. Rooted deeply in Zen philosophy and traditional aesthetics, it proposes that true wealth is measured by the quality of your attention, time, peace of mind, and physical health. These are the resources that truly determine a fulfilling life, and they are resources that thrive on simplicity. This video will guide you through 10 profound lessons from Japanese minimalism that teach you how to shift your focus from material acquisition to the acquisition of time, clarity, and deep presence. By embracing these practices, you will learn to shed the invisible burdens of complexity and unlock a form of richness that is stable, sustainable, and entirely your own. The Japanese approach moves beyond simply decluttering. It is a quest for clarity and purpose, guided by two core principles that redefine value: motenai, the deep sense of regret over waste, of resources, time, or potential. It teaches gratitude for what you already have. Kanso, simplicity, the elimination of clutter, forcing attention onto the essence and intrinsic value of things. These 10 lessons translate these ancient ideas into modern habits for building true wealth. The wealth of zero waste. We view resources, food, money, time, as endlessly renewable, leading to consumption without conscience and eventual waste. Waste represents lost potential and squandered wealth. Apply the motenai mindset to your time and money. Every minute spent scrolling mindlessly or every dollar spent on impulse is a waste of your most precious resources. Before acquiring anything new, commit to fully utilizing what you already own. This applies to food in the pantry, clothes in the closet, and features on your digital devices. When discarding an item, pause and acknowledge the resources, labor, materials, energy that went into its creation. This conscious act builds your internal resistance to casual consumption. By cultivating motenai, you transform waste into savings, financial wealth, and consumption into appreciation, mental wealth. Your resources extend further, and your conscience is clear. The wealth of mental focus. A visually complex environment overstimulates the mind. Clutter in the home equals clutter in the head, leading to decision fatigue and fragmented attention. Apply Kanso to your primary workspaces: desk, kitchen counter, digital desktop. Remove every item that does not directly contribute to the task at hand. The goal is to present your mind with a single, clear visual field. Limit the number of non-functional items in any given space to 3. This forces radical selection, ensuring that every remaining item is truly loved or necessary. Drastically simplify your digital interface. Remove apps from your main phone screen, close unnecessary tabs, and ensure your notifications are aggressively pruned. Kanso frees your attention from unnecessary visual processing. Focus is the currency of the modern age, and simplifying your environment is the fastest way to acquire more of it. The wealth of space and rest. The compulsive need to fill every empty space with furniture, decoration, noise, or activity. We fear silence and pause, robbing ourselves of restorative rest. Intentionally insert blocks of empty time, into your daily schedule. This time is not for chores or errands. It is a dedicated pause for reflection, staring out the window, or just breathing. Use negative space as a design element in your home. An empty wall or a bare corner becomes a visual anchor for calm. Resist the urge to fill it. Practice in communication. After someone speaks, pause for 1 full second before responding. This allows for deeper listening and prevents reactive, rushed answers. Ma provides the crucial mental space required for creativity, stress reduction, and deep learning. It teaches you to value the quality of your rest over the quantity of your activity. The wealth of self-acceptance, the pursuit of the perfect life, body, or outcome. This perfectionism leads to chronic anxiety, comparison, and the inability to start tasks for fear of failure. Apply wabi-sabi to any task you are avoiding. Accept that the first attempt will be flawed, incomplete, and perhaps messy. The beauty lies in the natural process of development. View your own flaws, mistakes, and aging as signs of a life lived, the beautiful patina of your existence. Just as cracks mended with gold, kintsugi, are more valuable, your scars are evidence of your resilience. Embrace the wabi-sabi aesthetic in your presentation, natural, unforced, and authentic. Stop trying to polish every detail for external validation. Wabi-sabi grants the wealth of acceptance. It frees you from the exhausting race for external perfection, allowing you to invest your energy in authentic growth rather than managing a flawless image. The wealth of presence, the compulsive habit of multitasking. We are always half present, splitting our attention between screens, conversations, and chores. This fragmentation is exhausting and reduces the quality of every experience. Commit to ichigyo-zamai, total absorption, during any critical task or simple chore. When washing dishes, only wash dishes. When listening, only listen. Use your senses to anchor yourself in the present action. Focus on the feel of the paper, the smell of the food, or the sound of your own typing. Ichigyo-zamai turns tedious chores into acts of focused meditation. By eliminating the mental resistance of wanting to be elsewhere, you simplify and elevate the experience. The ability to be fully present is the rarest form of wealth today. Ichigyo-zamai maximizes your enjoyment, efficiency, and memory of every moment you live. The wealth of uncluttered relationships. Holding on to draining, obligation-driven relationships or commitments. Emotional clutter consumes mental and temporal resources just as much as physical clutter. Apply seiri, sorting, to your social life. Identify the relationships and commitments that consistently drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted. These are your emotional clutter. Gently yet firmly create distance or boundaries with those draining sources. You are simplifying your emotional portfolio to protect your most valuable asset, your inner peace. Redirect the energy saved to the few core relationships that bring genuine joy, growth, and reciprocity. Quality over quantity applies absolutely to people. Seiri liberates your emotional energy. You gain the freedom to prioritize relationships that enrich your life, leading to greater psychological stability and happiness. The wealth of reserves. Overscheduling and constant productivity pressure. Pushing yourself to 100% capacity ensures burnout and leads to forced periods of complete inactivity, the crash. Never schedule your time or effort at more than 80% capacity. The remaining 20% is your non-negotiable yutori, reserve time and energy. Create 10 to 15-minute buffers between all major activities. These aren't for checking email. They are for slow transitions, stretching, and mental resets. When planning your week, intentionally leave blocks of time completely empty. This allows for creativity to emerge and provides the resilience needed for unexpected events. Yutori secures the wealth of sustainability. By avoiding the extremes of exhaustion, you maintain a consistent, manageable pace that prevents massive loss of time due to burnout. The wealth of closed loops, allowing small tasks to accumulate. A dirty dish, an unfiled document, an unopened email. Each unfinished task is an open loop that constantly demands a fraction of your cognitive attention. Embrace the Fukin practice, the cloth for immediate cleaning. When you see a mess that takes less than 60 seconds to fix it immediately. When dealing with mail, email, or physical objects, commit to the rule, touch it once. Deal with it instantly. Act, file, delegate, or discard. Never put it down to decide later. Before concluding your day, perform a quick Fukin sweep of your main areas. A clean environment ensures a clear, relaxed start to the next day. Fukin frees your mind from the constant hum of unfinished business. Cognitive clarity is a form of wealth that enhances focus and reduces underlying anxiety. The wealth of purpose. Chasing external markers of success, money, titles, possessions, without aligning them with a deeper purpose. This leads to the feeling of emptiness despite material gain. Identify your ikigai, the sweet spot where what you love, what you are good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for intersect. Use your ikigai as a simple, ultimate filter for all major decisions and commitments. If an opportunity does not move you closer to your purpose, it is unnecessary complexity and must be politely declined. Focus your ambition on the process of your ikigai, not solely on the outcome. This simplifies your daily motivation, turning work into joy. Ikigai provides the wealth of meaning. A life centered on purpose eliminates the need for endless distraction and consumption, as your fulfillment comes from within your chosen path. The wealth of eternal learning, mental rigidity, clinging to outdated knowledge, ego, and the need to always be right. This blocks growth and complicates simple solutions. Approach every new situation, challenge, or conversation with shoshin, the curiosity, openness, and lack of prejudice of a novice. When facing a problem, ask, if I knew absolutely nothing about this, how would I solve it? This forces you to discard complex, limiting assumptions. Shoshin teaches that the simplest, most elegant solution is often obscured by ego and complexity. Embrace being a perpetual student. Shoshin grants the wealth of adaptability and humility. A flexible mind is resilient, capable of growth, and free from the heavy burden of having to defend old positions. The consistent application of these 10 Japanese minimalist lessons is not just an aesthetic overhaul, it is a profound and intensely practical resource management strategy whose benefits manifest in tangible, measurable ways in your daily life. By embracing motenai, the immediate practical benefit is an increase in your financial capital. By wasting less food, less energy, and less time on impulse purchases, you organically create a significant financial buffer without needing to increase your income. The principles of Kanso and Fukin deliver the distinct advantage of drastically reduced decision fatigue. When your physical and digital environments are stripped to the essentials, you spend 0 seconds looking for keys, visually processing clutter, or deciding which item to use, effectively freeing up that mental energy for creative work or high-value tasks. Time, quite literally, becomes the most valuable asset you gain. The practice of Ma and Yutori provides the practical benefit of emotional and productive resilience. By mandating empty space in your schedule and environment, you are not being lazy. You are building a systemic margin for error. When an unforeseen event occurs, a traffic jam, an urgent email, you have the yutori necessary to absorb the shock without immediately spiraling into stress and reactive decision-making. This built-in resilience is the very thing that enables consistency, the true engine of long-term discipline and success. Furthermore, Ichigyozamai directly tackles inefficiency. By eliminating multitasking and dedicating your entire focus to a single task, you not only complete it faster, but also execute it with higher quality, minimizing the need for rework and corrections. The residual effect of this focus is that your mind is not fragmented, and this cognitive clarity translates into fewer errors and greater precision. Finally, Siri and Ikigai provide the crucial benefit of a simplified life portfolio. By cutting out energy-draining relationships and commitments, and by aligning your actions with your core purpose, you maximize your return on energy investment. You spend less time on obligations that do not matter, and more time on activities that actively build your happiness and meaning. The practical outcome is a life where effort is not synonymous with exhaustion, but with flow and sustainable fulfillment. These 10 lessons from Japanese minimalism show that the highest return on investment in life is achieved by reducing friction and complexity, not by increasing effort and acquisition. True wealth is not a dollar amount. It is the abundance of time, attention, peace, and purpose. By applying Motaine, you respect your money. By embracing Kanso and Ma, you restore your focus. By living your Ikigai, you align your spirit. You are trading the exhaustion of the more for the fulfillment of the enough. Embrace this simplicity. It is the most direct path to a life of profound and sustainable richness. Which of these 10 lessons will you apply today to begin building your true wealth?